I'm not going to turn my camera on. I look like a mess. I'm not going to do any fancy editing either. I just wanted to do a little ramble chat about the latest Trump bollocks. I've largely stayed out of commenting on the election because A, it doesn't make for good video content because it dates so quickly. The second you spend time discussing one facepalm Trump moment, a face Trump, if you will, he'll go and do something even more face Trumpy. And B, I was going to say it's because I'm British, so it's not my place to comment on the US election, but screw that, I'll comment on whatever I want. So anyway, the latest face Trump, which will be superseded by the time I render this video, is a recording in which he said the following in 2005. I'm going to read this verbatim, and if that makes you uncomfortable, it should. In fact, as I'm reading, imagine his little orange hands. You're welcome. Open quote. I did try and fuck her. She was married. I moved on her like a bitch, but I couldn't get there. And she was married. Later on. I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful women. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab 'em by the pussy. You can do anything. Yeah, so, he got busted today and he released an apology. But, you know, there's apologies where the person in question apologises for, air quotes, any offence caused. Like, he was just doing his thing, and if you happen to be offended, he's sorry that you felt that way. It was one of those. Why not just apologise for and take ownership of your shitty behaviour? He also used the apology to use it to talk about his campaign and obviously to attack Hillary Clinton. Never a wasted opportunity, eh? Donald, everyone listening, an apology should end before the word but. I never promised to be a perfect person, he said. I love that. You get outed for the umpteenth time as a misogynistic sexual opportunist. And you go, oh, hey, I'm not an angel. Yeah. Most people aren't absolute, horrible, creepy orange assholes. You're already under a very, very low bar for human decency. And you're running for president. Like 99% of most people are more gentlemanly and good than you. I could be a better president than Donald Trump, although rightly they'd want to look at my birth certificate. So I understand that a lot of Republican senators have chosen this moment, this scandal, to disavow him. But seriously, did you expect more from this serial imbecile? Why did you pick this moment? Well, the BBC might have summed it up, and I'm going to read this here. Mr. Trump has denigrated people before. His comments about Muslims and Mexicans have arguably been equally grotesque, and many, including Republicans, have suggested they disqualified him for the presidency too. Not everyone in America, however, knows a Muslim or a Mexican. Most people and most voters do have wives, mothers, sisters and daughters, and that's why this tape touches a nerve with both sexes, in a way his previous remarks haven't. You complete and utter ass taxis. How self-centered and inward thinking do you need to be to not recognise Trump's toxicity unless it pertains to someone you know. Where is your head at? And they're calling for him to drop out and for Mike Pence to take a spot. But if you think Trump doesn't listen to reason, logic, or even his own advisors, then get a load of Pence. He's anti-evolution, wants young Earth creationism to be taught in schools. He doesn't believe in climate change, and get this, he once stated, open quote, despite the hysteria from the political class and the media, smoking doesn't kill. End quote. And you want this guy at the top of the Republican ticket instead? Hell, at least Trump possibly has the courage of his convictions. And speaking of Pence, he's issued a statement about the Trump tape scandal, in which he declared, "I do not condone his remarks and cannot defend them. We pray for his family and look forward to the opportunity he has to show what is in his heart when he goes before the nation tomorrow night." Way to make a stand, Mike. Careful your ass doesn't get splinters from that fence. Best of luck praying, because I'm pretty sure everyone else with half a brain in their nut understands what's in Trump's blackened heart by now. Oh, God. So that's Mike Pence, Trump's running mate. But as far as I understand it, there are a lot of level-headed Republican senators, they do exist apparently, that are turning their back on Trump. But at the same time, the thing that saddens me most is seeing that he still has a lot of supporters on Twitter. How can you possibly defend this guy? Well, turns out it's just good old deflection and cognitive dissonance. I've noticed that invariably, the moment you call Trump out on whatever the face Trump of the day is, all they ever do is hit back with, no, but Hillary did this, but Bill did that, every single time. Another thing that I keep seeing over and over again is, I'd rather have Trump than a murderer and a liar. Well, dipshits, your murder conspiracy thing has been debunked to all hell and back. And as for lying, if you value honesty so much in your choice of president, vote Hillary. Because she's demonstrably more honest than Trump, according to PolitiFact, the entirely impartial research outlet that keeps track of politicians and their statements. So you point this out, and Trump supporters just deflect onto the next thing. Email servers or whatever. Either way, guys, if you're in court for sexual harassment, look what the other guy did is not a valid defense. And it frankly disturbs me that you do mental gymnastics to try and excuse Trump's actions. And if you're still too blinded by simple logic and facts to figure out what I'm saying, let's do a thought experiment. Imagine we're out of the election, okay? And Trump is president, de facto. He's in there. We're beyond the picking sides phase. And for the record, I can truly and fully understand why someone would be strongly against Hillary. But just at this point, imagine Trump's president. How would you excuse his actions then? If this came up, any of this stuff came up during his presidency, you can't frame it around a candidate discussion. You would just have to own it for what it is. So, just think of that and perform that little thought experiment whenever someone criticises Trump. or there's a Trump scandal comes up. Same with Hillary, for that matter. You know, do it for both. I don't know what this video is for, to be honest. I just wanted to get it off my chest, but while I'm at it, I mean, I guess I've got 1 or 2 subscribers in the US, and I am proud to say that you guys, you come from all walks of life and with various different opinions. I am proud of that. So maybe, just maybe, one of my US subscribers are thinking of voting Trump in November. I implore you to rethink. That's all I want to say. That's it from this British guy. Maybe something a little more light-hearted for the next video. Cheerio, guys. Thanks to the Patreon supporters as well, as always, who have attached themselves to this political message. These guys all endorse everything I'm saying. So there's their Twitter handles. Go harass them on Twitter. Bloody lefty liberals. Bye.